the main SocialWok interface. It's a familiar interface for those who've already worked with Google Apps. If you look to the left-hand side, you see the feeds. The feeds are nothing but compartments like groups to segment your updates into. In the middle, the center page, you see the update box, which is very familiar to everyone who's on Twitter or Facebook or whatever. And below, you see the rich media feeds. Why did we adopt this feed paradigm inside in SocialWok? Well, I spend a lot of time on Facebook collaborating with friends and people I know, and I barely ever email them. In fact, I don't even know the email addresses of some of these people that I collaborate with on Facebook. So when I'm at work, I end up having to CC and DCC people events and attachments and so on and so forth. I find that extremely annoying, and there's something wrong with that. That's one of the reasons we've decided to bring the concept of feeds that Twitter and Facebook has made so popular to enterprise collaboration. And these aren't simple feeds. These are rich feeds with embeddings. Such as Google Docs, calendar events. Right, as you can see, my colleague Ming is creating an update right now that contains a Google Calendar event and a Google Doc. As soon as he clicks that button, that update will be available to pretty much everyone else in his Google Apps user group. The update will show up in the feed rendered, just like you would see it in Gmail. On the left-hand side is your agenda, and it maps the event into it. Below that is the Google Doc that Ming has shared with everyone. What he's showing you right now is the rest of the feed. It's got the familiar embedded components such as YouTube, Scribe, previews of web pages, so on and so forth. This is very familiar to people who are already on Facebook. So SocialWok can be accessed from either the web or from a mobile phone. We have an HTML5 interface that works really well on the iPhone and the Android phone, and that's what we're switching to right now. In the previous screen, you might have noticed that my colleague Ming created an update with the calendar event. Now, on the phone, his colleague can actually access that event and say, yes, I'm going to be part of this. So that shows the interface accepting that event. And, okay. I guess that yes needs to be a little larger than it is. Okay. So the mobile interface is just as rich as the web interface. A lot of the functionalities such as embeddings, attachments, calendars, calendar events, can all be accessed on the mobile interface just like you would on the web page. Again, when he said yes to that, you can see it's already propagated to the main web interface. This is another feature of SocialWok. It's called publishing. Now, what this allows you to do is that anyone in your organization can hit publish on anyone's update and publish it to their Facebook, their Twitter, or friend feed accounts. It's quite useful because a lot of companies want to put content out on all these social media networks to create publicity or marketing, and this way you don't really have to go out there and create new content. You can already use interesting updates that are created internally in your company. What he's showing you is you can actually publish to a specific Facebook page, which is a very useful thing considering a lot of companies use Facebook pages as their marketing front ends. Now he's just creating a simple update. And if you notice that the attach button under the updater has a few other options. We have things like maps that you can attach or notes. We even have Google Wave in the end. So this is again not released yet, but if you do have a demo account, you can embed a wave into it. So we're done. Okay, thank you.
Guys, thoughts on SocialWok?
How does the business model part of this work?
I'm sorry.
How does the business model part of this work? Is it a subscription fee? Is it free? What's the...
The business model is a freemium model, so the basic core features will be free, and then there will be a premium model which is similar to what Google offers, like the Premier Edition. So it's a similar business model to what Google does for Google Apps.
So what are the features of the premium?
So, for example, you saw the publishing to Twitter and Facebook. A lot of bigger companies actually have issues where you have employees to just easily publish out. So an additional feature we might have is queuing and moderation accounts. And in addition, there's going to be more dashboard for you to monitor the activity of each person, the usual. Plus, also support is very important. The free accounts will of course not have great SLA-based support. The premium will have.
I think it's a cool idea to let piggyback off of Google Apps. I mean, so you've got a very, very large company who will likely be amenable to helping you be successful because Google Apps don't have a lot of existing social capabilities to them. And I like the idea of leveraging the same model, right? So if you go to an organization that's bought into Google Apps, you're gonna, it's easy to buy into the same model with these guys.
I mean, for us, basically, the reason why we chose Google Apps is because A, it's a very fast-growing. There's about 15 million users right now, free and paid, and 1.5 million organizations on it, and they're adding at 3,000 per week organizations. So by riding on that distribution, we find that we are actually on Google App Engine Java, this whole app. So it's a very good convergence and integration with Google, basically.
Okay, so let's thank SocialWok.
All right.